One of the court order at this time. Welcome to the South Cabane Township monthly meeting. May. Roll call, 5 supervisors present, township managers present, township solicitor present, township engineers present, township manager fire chief present, and our police chief is present this evening. Before we move to the Pledge of Allegiance, I'd like to extend an apology to people who are here, and anybody else hears this, that we failed to provide proper notice for this meeting on Tuesday, and thus we would have been violation of sunshine laws, and we didn't do our job right away. So I apologize for that on behalf of the board and the staff, and hope you accept our apology. But that's exactly what happened. We didn't get the job done, and so. That's why it's moved. This meeting was moved to Friday night. And we thank you for your comments. Please stand for pledge of allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Free public comment time. The Township Board of Supervisors allocates a period of time during this item for those individuals who would like the opportunity to address the Board of Supervisors on any matter. Each person addressing the Board of Supervisors is asked to limit their comments to a maximum of 3 minutes. Mr. Ziegler, do we have people signed up?
There's no one in the room that has signed up to speak today.
Thank you, Mr.
I didn't sign up because I wasn't planning to speak, but I just thought of something.
Go ahead. Come on up.
It's, as you know, the traffic on Berry Road is not calming itself. And we're doing it's hay season. We have tractors full of hay bales going across the road. We have people going 45 to 55 miles an hour and actually passing each other coming down the hill. So we need something. We need signs or something. Somebody's going to get killed on this road, and it's going to be a real bad misfortune. And I don't want it to be a member of the family. Okay. And this is very dangerous because it's very curvy. You cannot see what's coming around the curve. They can't see these tractors, and tractors don't fly across the road. So I just would like to tell the board it's not calming itself, and we aren't doing it. So, and the signs that we put up, it sounded like something good. It's worse because now they're making up for that speed, so they're going fast. And you know, it's the traffic on any road. I think in the whole United States right now is pathetic. It's just awful. That Berry Road is, it's almost criminal. It is very, very bad. So I just want you guys to think about that and think if you could put some slowing signs or something to alert people that we have tractors going across the road. You know, we just had another accident with them. Well, it hasn't been that long ago. That was almost to my brother-in-law's house. I mean, they just come, and it's not the curves.
No,
it's the straight mark. They go flying down this straightaway, so they can't make the curves. The curves are not a problem. We don't need to straighten Berry Road. We need to slow the traffic.
Do you have any suggestions?
I did. If you would put a stop sign in every one of the places where tractors are coming out, nobody would use Berry Road because they'd have to stop every 20 feet.
I've seen the caution farm ahead signs. We have short turn signs. We have speeding. We have so many signs on there now. I don't know whether
there aren't any signs there. There is a speed sign right before our house, and there's a speed sign coming down the hill. That's it.
Yeah, and then there's a short turn sign on the telephone pole right
There's
before your
a
house.
sign that says hidden driveway.
Yeah, and like that.
That's it. That's what we have. And people come down Danforth Road, they do not even slow. They're going 40 miles an hour on Danforth Road and straight down that curve through that Y. And if anybody's there, it's like it's dodging cars all the time. So
we're all aware of that road, and we'll talk about that, okay? I know you need help.
No, I know, and we've been talking for
Long time.
years,
Yeah.
okay? And we still have a problem, and it's serious. It's more serious than it ever was. And right now it's hay season. So I just want somebody, I want it public that I brought this to you during hay season. And I don't want anything happening. I don't want accidents. We've had enough accidents on there, but and they're generally one-car accidents that have to be towed. Does that tell you anything?
Chief, we used to have some speed, your speed is boxes. Do we still own them or?
We got one, yes. Just pulled it, I had it out on Full Hill last week, just pulled it in the office. Let's put it in next week.
If we could do that, that would help. Do we only own one?
So,
Could we afford another one?
cost is 6,000, I just got quotes. Sure, I was considering.
Would PennDOT loan us one?
No,
I'm not sure if they own one, but I can ask.
They used to have the ones on wheels. I mean, I'm careful on that road just because of all the meetings and
I'm
everything.
terrified on that.
And,
road. I mean, every time I get turn into my driveway coming down the hill, I'm really nervous. I had a car pass me when I was making the turn into my driveway. That's how dangerous it is. I mean, I would like somebody just to sit on my front porch for 2 hours and see what happens on Berry Road. It's appalling. It's terrifying. And I'm not trying to be a nuisance. I want to, I just want it to be safe, and I don't think we're doing it. Even if we could have something that makes them slow down or yield coming down off the manifold, because there's one of the places where we take our head across right at the beginning of that curve, and they are flying down there.
Those signs like he's talking about, they work well for me.
Me too, but they don't work well.
There's one down on Carson Street that's,
You know. I mean, people, drivers aren't not things.
Hey, Rob, what
We all
you wanna
know,
say?
we see it out there every time we hold our breath when we want to work or whatever, and I don't care what road you're on, it's bad, but Berry Road is worse because of it's not wide enough, there's no place to go, if somebody comes at you, you have no turn at all, it's like right up to the hill or whatever, so, I mean, it's just a frightening step.
Rob, what do you have to say?
You guys do have, just a reminder, you guys do have funding from LSA. We're just waiting for the funding to be released. As soon as that funding is released, we'll put out an RFP. And then you're gonna do the traffic study that you proposed to the county. So there is funding in place. We just have to-
That's good here, but she's worried about what's happening now, you know, that.
No, I understand. And I have some ideas. I'll get with Kevin next week and we'll talk about it. Just some simple things I might be able to do.
We are in the process, Ms. Sitko asked last month about signage for like tractor crossing. So I talked to Mr. Ziegler and Kevin, so we're in the process of obtaining that also.
Thank you,
Okay, good.
I appreciate it.
do we have any radar speed control guns anymore?
We're not permitted by law to use radar.
You don't have anything-
Timing, we use
just the
timing
2 white
devices.
lines.
Okay. Could we put some white lines on Berry Road? I mean, it's,
Is this a seasonal thing?
No, it's all year long.
All year long.
Because even though we are doing the hay now, we have storage areas where we keep the hay and then we get it out and, you know, we're going across that road all the time and it's.
Hey, Laney, thank you very much. I appreciate the information, okay?
Thanks, Craig.
You'll get some help. Okay, let's, anyone else want to speak? Let's move on. then. Number 4, need a motion to approve the Board of Supervisors meeting minutes for April 30th, 2024. Thank you, Mr. Grady. A second, please. Thanks, Mr. Grego. Any discussion on this? All those in favor of approving the meeting minutes, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 5-0. Number 5, financial business. Approval, need a motion for the approval of the payroll for the periods of April 14th, 2024 through April 27th, 2024, and April 28th, 2024 through May 11th, 2024, and bills for the period of April 27, 24 through May 24, 24. Get a motion, please. Thank you, Mr. Murphy. A second. Thank you, Mr. Gray. Any discussion?
I have one comment. I'd like to thank Chief Kramer for waste management coming down about $50,000 from previous years. It used to be about $66,000 a year. It's come down to about $600 a month we're paying them now, so I appreciate that. That saves us quite a bit of money. Absolutely. Was that put out for public bid?
We've got quotes numerous times in the past, and they always came in low.
Well, we got the quotes, that's.
Yeah.
We were locked in, we were actually locked into a contract with them. We were able to lower the cost.
Oh, you're talking about the recycling.
No, the counterpart.
The actual 80-yard dumpsters, that we have one here, two, that's a lot of money. 60,000 is a lot of money.
Congratulations.
It was, that's why he got it down to like.
It's about 600 a month for all of our
Yeah,
parts.
for all, so it'll be about 6,000, 7,000 this year, but 60.
Okay, we have a motion and a second, and we need all those in favor of the motion, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried 5-0. Number 6, announcements and recognition. Would you like to introduce Michelle, Mr. Ziegler?
Yeah, Michelle, I spoke with her a couple of days ago. She was unable
You
to
gonna fill in,
attend.
Lois?
I can kind of tell you what we're doing. Do you want me?
I spoke with Michelle. I can,
Okay.
you can do that too. I have some things
She
under
missed
my
anything.
report that I could do, but if you'd like to add some, that'd be great.
Come on up. Come up to the podium, let us know.
Well, we're planning a community day with the fire department, and it's gonna be August 17th at the South Strabane Park. And we want to have a petting zoo, bounce house. We're gonna have food trucks. And we do want to advertise it so that we do get people to come. And we're going to order, we noticed there's nothing handicapped for a handicap shop at the South Strabane Park. So we're going to order a swing. We're gonna buy a swing, and we're gonna buy a glockenspiel. It's like a xylophone, and it'll be planted in the ground. It'll be one more thing for the kids to play with. And then in October, we're having a bus trip to ride the train and see the autumn leaves.
Where at? What train?
Elkins, West Virginia.
Oh, that's a good
We're
one.
gonna go down to Elkins.
That's nice.
It's like a 4.5-hour train drive. We're gonna go down and we're gonna do that.
That's a good.
So, and then we're talking about our Christmas party. That's what I was just talking to the fire department. We're gonna do a breakfast with Santa for the parents with kids, and then we wanna do an adult dinner, like on Sunday. Saturday, we wanna do the kids, Sunday, we wanna do the adults. We're hoping for the first weekend in December, but we're still planning that.
Is there anything we need to add to it? The other information you gave you, Michelle?
I think she does. I'd give that under my report. Keep everyone in suspense. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you very much.
Sure.
Good report.
Try to stay away from the fair week. You'll have a lot easier time getting petting zoos and food trucks.
Well, I've already called, we've already started making arrangements for different things. And that's the last day of the fair. We couldn't do it the next week because there's something that weekend. So we had to do it that last day of the fair. Hopefully everybody's tired of the fair by then.
Well, thank you very much. Okay, 7, township reports and presentations, municipal separate storm sewer system MS4 report. The Board of Supervisors allocates a period of time during this item for comments regarding the topic of stormwater. Each person addressing the Board of Supervisors is asked to limit their comments to a maximum of 3 minutes. Do we have anybody on Zoom there? Gordon?
Yeah, we have about 7 people on, but no one has indicated that they would like to speak.
Anyone here would like to speak to it? That's all. Okay, thank you. Township manager report.
Okay. I have a couple of things to report this evening. First, start with the building sort of economic development report that I give. Dick's Sporting Goods, the building plans for that are in plan review at this stage. They're still hoping for a July opening. There's going to be a Verizon store going into the former Zoop restaurant. Remember where that was? That's currently in plan review as well. Tanger Outlets are re-roofing all of their buildings. In case you're wondering what's going on up there for shopping. And then finally on that part, the Tropical Smoothie Cafe, work is nearing completion on that. But an opening day has yet to be announced, but hopefully soon. A few more things on Park and Rec that I picked up from Michelle. I'll mention Kennywood tickets are still on sale at the office. These are for residents only, or unlimited number that you can buy. They're $32 each, cash only. They can be used anytime this summer through September 14th. Also, there's a walking trail yoga at Community Park. There's one on June 7th, one on July 12th, one on August 2nd, and one on September 6th. This takes place from 6 to 7. It's an instructor-led class. We'll take the participants down the walking trail where they'll stop periodically to do yoga poses. Class is free. Will help improve your flexibility, strength, and mindfulness. If you're interested in participating in this, you should wear good walking shoes and bring yourself a bottle of water. And then last I wanted to mention on Parks and Rec was the Washington Wild Things, Friday, June 5th. We're going to have a link on the township website where you can buy tickets for this game. If 10 or more tickets are sold, then the Wild Things will donate half of the ticket proceeds sold by this link back to Parks and Recreation, and the Parks and Rec Commission plans to put those funds away for a future dog park. Okay. And then lastly, I'd like to recognize May 19th through the 24th. This is past. Wish we would have thought to do this. We'll certainly do it next year. It's National Public Works Appreciation Week. Set aside, this is a national thing that's set aside each year to recognize the impact that public works employees have on our daily lives. They maintain our roads, bridges, parks, stormwater, and more, often working in the background. We tend to take them for granted, but without them, we would be in bad shape. They often work long hours, obviously keeping our roads clear of snow in the wintertime and keeping us all safe. So I'd like to recognize that week as Public Appreciation Week for Parks, or for Public Works. Okay.
Yeah.
That's it.
Secretary Treasurer report, Supervisor, you have those, you have his report with you. Township Solicitor.
The office has been involved with some issues regarding land development, some other issues, so it's pretty quiet right now, so we're in good shape. Okay. Thank you.
Township Engineer.
Well, yes, on the Burkett Manor topic, we did meet with them earlier this month. I think it was a pretty productive meeting. Still waiting for some matters to be resolved with them before we are in a position to make any recommendations for any reduction of bond amount. Kind of puts the ball in their court and left it with them, so we'll see what they come back with. MS4 has been still hot and heavy since the rainfall we had in April. We looked at several other complaints that came in, and we're also putting together a list of projects for the PRP program that will be meeting with staff on probably this month. Will have to be this month, or June, in order to move forward with that. Other than that, there's the updates I have for this month.
Rob, Terry, did this stuff back too fast?
William, I haven't heard anything from them.
Excuse me?
You have Terry to get us certain reports too.
He was supposed to get us something by, I believe, I think we have by the 18th, I believe,
I mean, we were looking to try to be in a position to.
with the bond and everything else, because there was issues that we have.
Yeah.
We met with him in my office, I think a couple weeks ago. I think it was a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And he needs to provide us with information because we don't have the current bond on the actual bond. Without an actual bond, we can't execute against anything. And so we met with him, advised what he needed to get done. I think we gave some deadlines about.
Yeah, it was all kind of working backwards from the June meeting.
Correct.
Trying to make sure we had plenty of time to review what he gave us and be in a position to present that information to you with plenty of time.
You know what, the performance bond was a tough issue.
Well,
That's supposed to be done as quick as possible. know?
Well, we told him basically that he needs to get us, we didn't want to wait till the last minute, because I think, we gave him to the Friday before our next June meeting. To
I
get us,
think it was earlier than that even, because we wanted
Okay.
to see it before.
because I don't want to wait till the last minute.
Right.
So, but he needs to provide us information. There's also, and again, I know you and I might differ about that road, Burkett Manor, or whatever we call Burkett Lane.
Right.
You know, I've always been taught, from my perspective, when you take over a road, you want to make sure you get look at fuels for it, monies. And my recommendation would be that we take it up to the entrance to Burkett Manor, so, and basically then take it through there, because if you take it past there, and
So
it
the
ends,
the topic is the emergency interest. Do we continue to the emergency?
right, so my thought process would be, we get no money for that. So that's what I look at, but we had discussions with him for a couple hours one day, and hopefully gets us that information by the next meeting, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
You jot those dates down, I mean.
I haven't done my.
Yeah, I have
In
done
fact,
too. I don't recall remembering. what they
Well,
are, but-
I was so busy this week, I want to send him an email confirming what he's supposed to do.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, the
Could
ball's
you
in
copy
their,
the board on that?
Yeah, I will.
the ball's in their court. I mean, at this point, that we gave them what they needed to provide for us to even consider any reduction in security, and we left it with them, so.
Did we ever have a bond?
I don't think that's a bond from my perspective, what we have here. It's just
And what we have here is a bond for
something.
subcontractors.
Yeah,
It had nothing to
subcontract
do
bond,
with
we had that.
anything we're doing.
Letter of credit.
Do we even have,
We believe it was a letter of credit that was provided by the developer.
but we don't have that at all, do we?
We don't, we never did find that.
There's nothing we have. He said, when we met with him, he stated that he provided that stuff to the township, the actual originals.
Right.
And he's trying to put the blame on the township, saying that they lost it, but I just get the impression that, you know, I'm not so certain he's acting on that.
Yeah, well, we certainly can't find them, so.
Well, if they have one, they should be able to go back to whoever produced it and provide a copy of it, or provide another original. Yeah.
Original.
But,
So if it's that easy, if they ever had it. Or they never had it.
and the fact is, he's been pressed about that a number of times.
Yeah.
Over the past so many months, and he still hasn't done it yet.
Have we even found a copy of it?
We have not had a copy
yet.
There's
We
not,
found a copy of the subcontractor.
And now just keep going.
he was saying that the subcontractor's bond was applicable to that situation. I disagree, because I had a meeting yesterday with a developer, Miranda home someplace else, and they know exactly what I would want to have, is have that Miranda be the bond.
Right.
Not the
Yeah,
subcontractor.
I agree with you.
So,
So,
What's the procedure to stop everything? Can we stop issuing building permits until this is
No.
resolved?
well, the
Those
problem,
that they'll come back after.
They'll come.
I think we could stop the development he's doing up there.
we can stop him.
We can stop him.
Yeah, this township's been kind to them. They've been told what they needed. They haven't even returned your phone call. They've done absolutely nothing. It's time we take this serious. So if there is a problem, the taxpayers are gonna have to pay for it. So we have no bond.
But he wants us to take over the road in the meantime.
And
I
that's
won't
what-
even consider taking over that
and
road.
that's what generated this conversation. That's what prompted the conversation we're having right now, is we went out to look at the infrastructure to determine whether it was suitable for us to take over, and it's not. So we gave him a long list of things they needed to address, and then have the follow-up meeting about what he needs to do. So again, we put everything in his court, and if he responds before the next meeting,
But he's desperate for the township to take over that road, Burke Lane. Like I said the other day,
we're in no hurry.
I'm not going to do anything like that.
Mr. Makel, what's it gonna take for us to shut down further development? I know you can't do anything with the lots that have been sold, but if we can they don't think we're serious. They need to be given the same date that you give them for next month to get this resolved. And if it's not resolved, we just need to shut it down.
We'll look at the contract. But again, I've dealt with other developers, and I've never dealt with something like this. I mean, I had Miranda all day yesterday. And
Right.
when you tell them what to do, what you want to have done, they'll do it. This guy,
Yeah.
he's kind of a little bit different, but
Hey, Mr. Ray, just check the dates out, see what we need to do,
Yeah.
okay?
I have it all written down.
Okay,
I'll get you an email Monday.
okay.
Can we authorize the solicitor to shut the job down if everything's not done by the
June meeting.
June meeting, the deadline that you set? And we gotta have a bond. We have to have a bond. There's a It's a lot of steep property over there. And I know you haven't had any substantial slides, but the one you've had don't look good. And they had to bring in another contractor to straighten up a lot of the work.
With the board's permission, I'll look at the contract and I'll give you some, direction.
Some information about money.
You have to protect this board, and that protects the taxpayer.
I agree.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, number 8, unfinished business, there is none, CV. Let's go to new business, number 9. Need a motion to appoint Township Manager Jeffrey Ziegler to a 5-year term to the Victory Center Neighborhood Improvement District. Mr. Ziegler, would you explain that to the folks, what that's all about?
Yeah, so the NID, or the Neighborhood Improvement District, is the administrative board that administers the TIF money, which is hanging around, that's essentially at this point. The administrative board is supposed to be made up of 5 members according to their bylaws. There's actually 4 because the 5th member would be from Area B, which there's no development there, so there's no member for that at this point. So the members are a member from South Strabane Township, a member from the Redevelopment Authority of Washington County, and the Board of Washington County Industrial Development Corporation, and then someone from Tanger. The former manager was the representative for South Strabane Township in the past. And obviously when he's gone, we need to appoint a new member. So they contacted me and asked me if I was willing to serve. I am willing to serve. Since that point, we've had requests from Mr. Supervisor Bull to be the township's representative. If the township is willing to appoint Mr. Bull, I'm willing to step aside and let him take on that role for the township.
No. Mr. Ziegler. You need to get acquainted with these areas. You have to work yourself from your responsibilities.
What's that mean?
I mean, you need to know what that's all about up there. You gotta meet with these people, know what they're doing, learn about it. You're new here.
I'm willing to do it. I just said we had a request from a board member to do
It's
it.
okay,
Nobody's more familiar with that project than me. Nobody.
He wasn't turning it down. The request came.
No.
He wasn't turning anything.
I'm absolutely willing to do it. It's just wondered if I felt it was important to bring that out because I was asked of it.
You allowed to bring a fellow supervisor with you to the meeting?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why that couldn't be happening. It's a public meeting.
It's open to anybody. It's a public meeting.
Jordan and I attended it this morning.
I would point at both.
But the problem is, I don't think you can.
Just
We
one.
could try, you could. The problem is, the 20-year TIF is coming to the end in 2 years. And somebody needs to really make sure that that's not extended, because that TIF's cost this township and the residents a lot of money. We've given up a lot in tax base from the school, the county, and the township. And we need to see to it that everything that, most importantly, that the other property that they're talking about putting in, developing, it can't be part of the TIF. Or when the 20-year TIF is up, that it's over. I mean, they can do what they want to with the NID bonds and everything, even though that controls the TIF. But if not, you're going to be into another 20-year doing without taxes at the on the other parcel that somebody's looking to develop. And I just think that at this point in time, this is important. And since I'll be here for 6 years, 5.5, whatever, I think that I'm gonna be the most logical choice.
No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not.
Motion to appoint Jeff Bull for the 5-year term. And have Jeff Ziegler sit in also.
So your motion is, if I can view Mr. Weber's motion, you're making a motion to appoint Mr. Bull and Jeff to be assistant. Is that your motion?
Yes.
I don't see a problem with that. I mean, even, they meet once a year, right?
Once a
Right.
year, about this time every year.
It's not like he's gonna, it was a Zoom meeting. It's not like you're in person actually. I don't have a problem with it.
The questions that I brought up tonight, I asked the board today, and they could not answer them. But I did ask them if I got them a list of questions that they could answer. if they would be willing to answer them, and they said that they would. And I think it's good to get a commitment so we know exactly where we stand going forward.
Well, I'm good with it as long as Mr. Ziegler is there and a part of it, because like Bob said, the more he takes in of this township and learns the history. And Jeff knows the history behind it.
So Mr. Weber, I hate to interject, but a motion is made. Your next step would be asked for a second to that motion.
What is the motion?
A motion to
In other
appoint,
words, what are you gonna do with this motion right here?
well, he's already made a motion on the floor, so.
I already announced the statement. For a motion on that. If you want to cancel that, let's vote it out.
Well, if you want to make it, ask for a motion to appoint Mr. Ziegler, then ask that motion, and go see if there's, his motion second.
Let's do that first then. See how it goes. Motion to appoint Mr. Ziegler to the Victory Center Neighborhood Improvement District. Everybody's making a motion, that's wrong. Whoever wants to make the next motion, go ahead.
Motion to appoint Jeff Bull to the 5-year term along with Jeff Ziegler
To assist.
to assist.
Yes, second.
I'll second.
Good. I'll second this regularly. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? I oppose. Okay, that's 4-1, passed. Letter B, motion to approve the memorandum of understanding between the township and the Public Works Union permitting Kevin Montgomery to do work of the type customarily performed by employees within the bargaining unit. Mr. Ziegler, will you explain that MOU for people?
Yes, sir. This item and the next item are related in the sense that this item is a memorandum of understanding between the township and the Public Works Union. This would permit Kevin Montgomery, if he's appointed as the Public Works Director, to perform work that is customarily performed by a Public Works bargaining unit employee. In other words, he can be a working director. This MOU is non-transferable, and it's in effect if it's approved, it's in effect as long as Mr. Montgomery is in the Public Works Director position. It has been approved. It has been reviewed by the solicitors, comments have been incorporated, and the union has already voted on this and approved it. So that's up to the supervisor.
Thank you, Mr. Ziegler. Motion to approve.
Motion.
Second. Thank you, Mr. Bull. Second by Mr. Murphy. Any further discussion on the matter? All those in favor of the motion, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Letter C, motion to approve an employment agreement with Kevin Montgomery as South Strabane Township Public Works Director. Mr. Ziegler?
Yes, so we know Mr. Grego retired at the end of last year. In preparation for his retirement, we started a search last October. We published the position out into the community. We put the advertisement on the website, put it in the Observer, Indeed.com, and a couple of other sources. We received 6 applicants for the position at that time. 3 of them were qualified, 1 was moderately qualified. Of the 3 that were qualified, 2 were making over $100,000 a year, and another was living in the state of Massachusetts. We're preparing to do interviews nonetheless, and then we were blessed to have Mr. Montgomery step forward and asked to be considered for the position. So we appointed him as an interim roadmaster in January. He's been serving ever since in that role. I've had the privilege to work with Kevin over the past few months. During that time, we've interacted on a very regular basis. We've gone out in the field to talk with residents, look at some stormwater issues, and look at the roads and do some things. And I find Kevin's highly professional, very good with the residents. He works very well with our consulting engineer. He's very well respected by the other township staff, the department staff, and the crew at the Public Works garage, taken very well to his leadership. I think he's an excellent fit for this position. So I would recommend his hire in a permanent situation for the Public Works Director.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
Any further discussion? I think this is an excellent choice, by the way. All those in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Congratulations. Kevin. Okay, letter D. Motion to authorize the township manager to initiate the recruitment and hiring process to fill the vacant full-time position with the Public Works Department. Go ahead, want to explain that scenario on that?
Yes, so while Kevin was trying out the Public Works Director job, we kept his old job open and unfilled in the event that maybe he would decide he didn't really care for the job, wanted to go back to what he was doing before. Now that we have him in the Public Works Director position, we need to go ahead and move forward and begin to fill that vacant slot. That's what this item is, to motion to authorize the township manager to initiate the recruitment process. So we'll do some advertising, some interviews, and we'll just kind of go through the process. And eventually bring the recommended candidate to the supervisors for hiring.
We make sure that the number 2 from the last interview is contacted. He was a very good.
And we'll notify all the candidates that applied
He was very
previously.
good at it.
Motion to approve.
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Bull. Second. Thank you, Mr. Murphy. Any further discussion? All those in favor of the motion, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Letter E. Motion to authorize the township manager to develop a job description to advertise for the tentative hiring of a director of planning and zoning. Can you explain that situation?
Yeah, so the township had a assistant to the manager position not so long ago. That's been left unfilled. A lot of that gap has been filled. We've been thankful to have Chief Kramer filling in that spot for us, doing a great job. But it can't go on forever. He does have a full-time job beyond that. So we've looked at the operations of the township and tried to figure out what's the best fit, what kind of candidate do we need to fill this spot. So what we're looking at doing here is seeing if we can find someone who is we're going to call it a director of planning and zoning. So it's going to be someone who's going to specialize in that area because that's where we're really pretty busy. And we need someone to focus on all those details and make sure everything flows as it should throughout the process. So, and since it's a new position, we're going to fund it through some savings that we generated from not filling a position and a half that we had in the building department previously. But this motion will begin that process. I will develop a job description and then place advertisements. If there's any places as we think people will see. Washington Observer, Indeed.com. There's a couple of manager level listservs I can put that on. And we'll see what we can get. It's a tight job market right now for government employees, but let's see if we can get somebody good and qualified.
Mr. Ziegler, I know that you could take care of the job description, but it's not just only director of planning zone. There will be other duties.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so you put that in the job description.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So moved. So thank you. Need a second, please.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Bull. All those in favor of the motion, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Thank you. Motion to appoint a hiring committee for director of planning and zoning consisting of the township manager, board chair, board vice chair, and finance director of human resources. Is it, Ziegler?
Yeah, I mean, this is pretty much.
Self-explanatory. I mean,
Yeah.
pretty much that's the interview committee and much you get all the information in. Motion to approve. Thank you, Mr. Murphy. Second, please.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Bull. Any further discussion? All those in favor of the motion, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Letter G, motion recognizing Code.sys Consulting Inc. as the single approved electrical inspector for residential commercial projects in South Devane Township. You want to give a little thoughts on that, Mr. Ziegler?
Yes. So Code Sys has been the primary plan review vendor for the fire protection systems in the township for over 2 years. And then recently, earlier this year, to begin a review of commercial plans and accessibility for us. They've been doing a great job. Also, you may know, municipalities of Pennsylvania have the authority to appoint a single approved electrical inspector. This motion is brought for the board's consideration. This would streamline the process and enhance consistency. We've had issues in the past have been observed where the projects, electricians have applied their stickers on jobs without having performed the work or having an inspection performed. This will streamline and make that process a whole lot better. And what will happen with this is the township will receive 20% of the inspection fees as a fee. So in the past, we haven't gotten any. So there will be a slight increase in revenue for the township, in addition to the services.
And the township will initiate the paperwork through the plan application process for the coaches to do the work, correct?
Yeah, so the applicant will apply, there'll be a link on the township website, where they could come in here and talk to somebody, but they will apply directly through the CodeSys website. It's all electronic. So all the records, we will have access to all of the records we had before. It's going to be better in that way as well.
If and when the contract would ever end, would a digital copy of the records be given to the township?
Yes.
Yes,
we talked about that. The records are the townships.
I think this is a good move to protect the supervisors against something being done that maybe shouldn't be done the way it should be done.
Motion to approve. Thank you, Mr. Murphy. Second, please. Second. Thank you, Mr. Grego. Any further discussion on that? All those in favor of the motion, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries 5-0. Motion to adjourn. Thank you, Mr. Foley. Second, Mr. Foley. Ready? Okay. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. We are adjourned. Thank you, everyone, for attending.